quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do, that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
supposed to feel.
Is going on, everyone? How's everybody doing this evening? Head of the table, huh? Head of the table, huh? Well, look who ended up showing up at Monday Night Raw Day 1. The man of the hour. We've been wanting this guy to return and to do something with Roman Reigns for the last, I don't know how long. I've lost count. The rumors, the conversations, everything fell through according to The Rock during that ESPN appearance with Pat McAfee. He came back at SmackDown. Seemed like he wouldn't come back. And now, Day 1, January 1st, 2024, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in real time in WWE programming. WWE programming. Not in an interview, not questioned by the press or on a promotional tour. In story, in character, on Monday Night Raw, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showed up and showed out with just one word: head of the table. All he had to do was say, "I'm hungry. I like eating at bars. I like eating at this, that, or the other. And I also like being at the head of the table." Right? I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. But all he had to do was mention head of the table. You connect the dots. You knew exactly what he was talking about. He is referring to Roman Reigns, of course. Amazing. Amazing that that's all it takes for us to blow a gasket. Epic surprise. Triple H swerved us with Jinder Mahal because he addressed the rumors on Twitter. Triple H did. He said that, he wasn't going to confirm or deny that a former WWE champion would be at Raw. Jinder ends up coming out, cutting a promo, bashing and trashing the crowd, the US. And I will say this. I did not expect The Rock to come out tonight. It wasn't in my radar. When I heard his theme hit, I had it blasting. So Eric and I immediately just looked at each other and our jaws dropped. It was totally unexpected, very organic, very raw and real. I loved it. Now here's the thing. As much as I loved it, as much as I enjoyed it, I took some time to brainstorm post Monday Night Raw. That's why I didn't stream right after the show ended. I wanted to really digest the whole segment and obviously the rest of the show. But I wanted to really lock in with what happened. It was the most generic, it was the most pointless promo with Jinder up until he mentioned head of the table. And the best part about this is that this can happen at any given time. It could happen at Mania. It could happen at the Chamber. It could happen at SummerSlam. He used exactly duet this promo for so long within the the first few minutes and beyond for a good amount of the promo. He was straight copying and pasting his last 3 previous returns, like the one with Rusev, the one with Austin Theory. Like, his returns have become fun and exciting and enjoyable because it's The Rock. Anytime we could see that man grace our screen in a WWE ring in character, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And me being such a big Rock fan, I'm going to love it and appreciate it because at the end of the day, you can't just, take it for granted. Jinder was a good sport. You could tell that Jinder didn't have much to go by. You're right, Duet. He didn't have much material. The crowd wasn't helping either. Jinder tried pulling their teeth to get a reaction. You could tell he gave it his best effort. But when The Rock's music hit, in that point in time, everything shifted and the roar was phenomenal. So I'm not going to break down the entire back and forth between him and Jinder. It was cheesy and it was a get nowhere conversation. We knew that. It was insert younger star here or someone that they don't have much going on with. Like, come on, he came back at that one WrestleMania and he faced the Wyatt family, remember? So we've seen The Rock do this time in and time out. At Mania with the Wyatt family, Austin Theory on SmackDown, Rusev on Raw, and it's just recycled Rocky content. But that's not what we're here to talk about, and I'm done beating around the bush. The fact that he mentioned the head of the table could have gone either way as just a fun reference, right? It could have been just a cool little remark and he could have just walked away and it would have been, all right, he mentioned Roman Reigns by his nickname. Cool. Nice Easter egg. But Michael Cole and Wade Barrett emphasized so much on not only The Rock returning and it being epic, but diving deep into the fact that he mentioned the head of the table, and it led to Michael Cole also mentioning that Paul Heyman's going to have to make a call. So the announcers are now feeding lines into this story that is rapidly going to develop right before our eyes, one way or another. And in real time, ladies and gentlemen, right as I was firing up to stream, Roman Reigns already replied indirectly. Roman Reigns is bigger than that. He is bigger than tagging and pointing fingers and all that nonsense. All Roman Reigns had to do was put an emoji, and that was enough. Roman Reigns just wiped his hands. He did not care at all to reply and put out a little paragraph. He just did not give a shit. His hands are clean. He is at the head of the table. He is the tribal chief. He is the undisputed champion. And just because you wake up on a Monday night in January 2024, day one, it doesn't mean you get to call me out and you're immediately going to get my reaction. So I'm going to laugh at you for this one. This is just the beginning, but the subtle drops and the hints and the Easter eggs are gonna come rapidly throughout the year, leading up to whenever it happens. Quite frankly, this match is so big that it doesn't need to happen at WrestleMania. This match is so big that it doesn't need to happen at Royal Rumble. And the same could be said for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Barry, you're saying that Cody shouldn't be screwed. That is not going to be the case. WWE is not going to screw over their in-house talent for the sake of a small story that is ultimately going to be huge and rewarding, but a small story that's just not going to ultimately be long-term with reoccurring appearances. The Rock, whenever he does decide to go through with this, it will be a couple months. It'll be subtle drops and hints, and that's about it in my opinion. The Rock said in an interview he wants the match to be the beginning of something new. What else would they do if this match already happened in 2 months? Exactly. No, you're right, Duet. This match is going to be the start of the next phase, and we just don't know what that looks like just yet. If Rock was only available for this Mania, Cody would have to eat it, but I don't even think The Rock wants to ruin Cody. If anything, Rock coming back only helps Cody. I agree, Duet. I think enough time has passed for us to understand that this is Cody's, grand opportunity, not the demise of Cody. I think WWE is in a better place now in terms of management, obviously. And they also learned from the last time The Rock came back to face John Cena in that big story where they kind of overshadowed CM Punk's long reigning, championship run. So I don't think this is going to be the same case. I think that if anything, Triple H is very good at utilizing these moments to catapult others within the program. And I ultimately truly believe that we're going to get the right payoff and they're going to take their sweet time and we're just going to get a lot of build up here. Triple H loves the slow burner, but he loves firing away Easter eggs left and right, whether it's behind the scenes, interviews, social media. They integrate all formats of entertainment to tell stories in this new modern era that we've seen so far. So ultimately, I truly believe that Cody is still the guy. I truly believe Cody will be the next champion. And I also feel like The Rock versus Roman does not need the belt, at stake. All he had to do was say head of the table, though. Duet says, plus The Rock doesn't even have merch yet. This match is going to get an entire marketing campaign. No doubt about it. This is going to be one of the biggest matches of our lifetime. One of those bullet point matches that you look back at it and it's one of those Rock versus Cena, Rock versus Hogan, Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I mentioned The Rock purposely because we're talking about him. But this is one of those milestone matches where they are going to, truly capitalize on the characters at play here. So, with The Rock, again, having a freaking awesome, fun, exciting time, cutting an irrelevant promo, but ending it with head of the table. How do you guys feel about his Monday Night Raw appearance at day one? I think Rock returning is great for business, and it should be embraced because we don't know how many more of these moments we're going to get. That's just the reality of it. This could be his swan song. This could be his grand finale. It was a weak promo. It was just fun and games until the name drop at the end. I agree, Duet. Don't feel nervous, Barry. I truly believe we're going to get a full, well thought out story here. CM Punk is not getting screwed over. CM Punk is in a whole nother campaign. He's got it covered. I was blown away by The Rock's return. I loved the fact that just mentioning head of the table, short and sweet and simple, was just enough to rile us up. This is only the beginning. The grand finale. The Rock is so close to returning and having that match with Roman Reigns. Ace says, it was unexpected and I liked it. Lex, I was going to say Roman versus Rock should have happened at the Chamber, but after how you explained it, it all makes sense. Now, same with what Duet said, I change my mind. I just feel like Rock's going to cement Roman's run. You're right, Sins. They're going to cement each other's legacy in this epic, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Family members at the top in their prime. And it's crazy. It's a full circle moment, and they should take their time with it. And now I'm looking back at the appearance that The Rock had at ESPN with Pat McAfee and bringing the press and the headlines from that appearance and showing up to SmackDown. Him mentioning that they had the match with Roman in place and it all fell through or whatever. I think that was another Easter egg, and that was another form of marketing and setting this up. I think they played us, and they've been playing us for a while. I think they wanted to see if there was still interest. It's going to be a slow burner. I don't know when the match is going to happen. It's kind of tough to say if it's going to happen at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or any of the other big pay-per-views, you know, especially with Elimination Chamber being in a big stadium in Australia. I just don't know how they're going to go about it, but it's going to be special. Robert says The Rock versus Roman Reigns and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at Mania. I mean, and then you got Cody Rhodes, and there's just so much that can be done here. And I'm looking forward to it for sure. So guys, hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Let me know how The Rock's return has you feeling at this point in time. Roman could wrestle both nights, VJ. That's still there, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Optus Stadium is Western Australia. Will literally never happen. Marco Mania's in the house too. Unfortunately, I didn't record my reaction, but I just want to walk you guys through what I was thinking in that point in time. So Jinder's out cutting his promo. Obviously, you see The Rock on his screen here when he was reacting to the crowd's reaction to him. But Jinder cut his promo. I felt like that was dragging a little bit because the crowd wasn't really all that into it. He did try putting his best foot forward, but when The Rock's music hit, I was like, "Oh shit!" And I yelled a little bit. I got hyped. I got excited, and I'm happy that it was a total swerve. During his promo, I thought he was just gonna randomly say, "Hey, I'm here to put some respect on USA, but I'm also here to announce that I'm entering the Royal Rumble." and I'm going for the head of the table. I honestly thought this was one of those moments. But instead, we got a fun exchange that was very, cookie cutter, copied and paste. But the head of the table drop was just what we needed, what we wanted, and what we waited for. So at that point in time, my jaw dropped. I was looking at your guys' reactions on Discord and Twitter and all that. The best part about this is that, remember, The Rock is a good guy here. Roman has screwed over so many people. The possibilities are endless. Cody wants a piece of Roman. Randy wants a piece of Roman. LA Knight wants a piece of Roman. AJ Styles wants a piece of Roman. And now The Rock wants a piece of Roman. I mean, if we're honest, even Jay wants, well, not necessarily wants a piece of Roman at this point in time, but wants to see the bloodline kind of fall apart because he left the bloodline. So with everyone pretty much wanting to go after Roman and the bloodline, this kind of, it amplifies the target on Roman's back. And that's why The Rock saying, I want to eat at the head of the table, or I want to be at the head of the table. To me, that was all I needed to hear. That's all I wanted. I just wanted some sort of acknowledgement. Because up until this point, they acted like they didn't exist. Unless it was like one of those regular business interviews where they were promoting something else. So I wanted to see how I would feel in WWE programming, in that, WWE universe, so to speak. And I was excited. How excited were you guys when his song hit? How did you guys feel about The Rock coming out through the curtain and him actually being there live in person? I changed my mind on calling The Rock a comment on a corporate stooge. Oh, goodness. Where do Jimmy and Solo stand in this situation? Exactly. There's just so many angles they could go forward with here. Can you imagine, since Roman has been heel as head of the table for so long, that he turns face after he confronts The Rock? I think that's probably what will end up happening. Plus, The Rock mentioned Roman, but nothing about the title. Fighting The Rock gives Roman something massive to do after a title loss, an immediate rematch, especially if Rock costs him. I'm thinking that Rock is going to cost him the belt. I think it's going to serve like the full circle moment. All right, you guys want to hear my prediction and what I think is probably the route they're going to go with? Honestly, this is my opinion. No spoilers. No copying anyone else's opinion. Haven't heard anything. I think that with all the people that Roman Reigns screwed over, I think The Rock being in the background somewhere, right, tormenting him, coming for the head of the table title, that's big, really big, all on its own. What a massive endorsement for a guy like Cody, out of all people. knowing what Dusty Rhodes meant to The Rock and his family and the wrestling business, having The Rock work somewhat side by side, one of the biggest faces in the company, baby faces, right? Because Cody is the epitome of a good guy. That would just be perfect. Roman has used and abused his family enough, and it's time he gets a taste of his own medicine. I think that's probably the logical explanation for it. And Stunna, Roman just tweeting, laughing about it. You know, this is the start of something special. Rock versus Roman is more unpredictable without the title. I agree. No way Rock costs him the belt. I think he will. Y'all remember when Steve Austin returned and cost The Rock the belt against Mankind? Imagine the same exact thing with Roman and Cody, with Rock now being the good guy returning. Yes, exactly my point. What if Roman versus happened before WrestleMania and Rock screws Roman, then at WrestleMania get Roman versus Rock, Cody versus Orton, Punk versus Rollins? I mean, that would be stacked, right? That would be ridiculous. It is too soon. I agree with Duet there. Why would we even get Rock versus Roman 2 matches? Are you serious? Cody versus Randy is a program for the WrestleMania. Cody's gonna have his moment, man. He's gonna get his shine. The more the merrier. You guys are acting like there's only one way to go about it. There's what I said right now as a prediction is just one out of many, many options. And honestly, probably not even the route they'll take. I think that this is not just great for business, but for us fans. We're spoiled right now. The level of competition for that main event and to steal the show is gonna be through the roof. The thing is, now that Triple H has built up many stars and merch sellers, pay-per-views throughout the year can have plenty of matchups. Exactly. That's my point. So I think The Rock is going to be used as, you know, a character that's going to catapult Cody. He has to. There's no way all worlds collide here, guys. They have to collide. It's just too much at stake here. Too long. We need to see Roman lose in a satisfying way, and it can't be predictable. I just predicted that, yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's predictable because there's a million other ways they could go about it, even if that's one of the similar routes going forward. Rock is going to be the Stone Cold of Cody's Mankind when he beat The Rock. Could be. Why would they waste momentum? That's the thing, that they're not going to waste momentum. Cody doesn't have to win the title just at WrestleMania. Cody could win the title at SummerSlam. Kevin Nash, his only WWE title was at a house show. It doesn't just have to... No, it doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania. And that doesn't mean the moments... Imagine if Sammy would have won at last year's Elimination Chamber. That would have still been a massive, monumental moment. Doesn't mean that all he had to do was win it at WrestleMania. That's just one of the many options. The only thing I think Triple H needs to do over the next year is build up Imperium when Vinci returns, as when the Judgment Day splits. Gunther will be the default top heel, I think, on Raw. Yep, for sure. So guys, hit me up in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like. Help out the stream and the channel in general with dropping a like. It helps a ton. The Rock returns, helps someone win the belt. Roman is furious. Roman has lost it all. And that's the road to redemption for Roman Reigns. That's how it begins, in my opinion. This is scary. What happened to Vinci? Yeah, man, that was crazy. In my perspective, Cody should be winning the Elimination Chamber, advancing to fight Roman at WrestleMania. Who said that's not going to happen? In my perspective, Cody should be winning the Elimination Chamber, advancing. Incredible. What about Rumble? Should Cody and Punk do the Bret Hart Lex Luger finish where they do a coin toss and both get their respective matches? For all we know, if Rock costs Roman against Cody, we could see Roman become even more ruthless, taking it out on those around him like he used to at the beginning. Exactly. I agree with Stunner. I think the Nakamura and Cody vengeful storyline is still going to continue, and there's still more to unpack there. Why would The Rock be there to overshadow? I don't understand. Why would CM Punk be there to overshadow Cody? Like, people said that. I don't understand that logic. I don't know how your mind could take you there, bro. Exactly. That's my boy Stunna. It's adding layers. CM Punk and Rock not even gonna be on the same brand or same night at Mania. Exactly. I don't understand why people think it has to be one way or another. The Rock's not there to overshadow anybody. He's there to bring business and make amazing content. Exactly. There's a ton of ways this could go. Cody can still challenge Damian? No. Eight years since The Rock's last been seen on Raw? Wow. CM Punk is going to be the attraction. I think Damian Priest is going to go solo sooner rather than later. And I think Damian Priest is just there to cause chaos with the Money in the Bank. Look at tonight, how amazing it was when he came out. Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40. Cody can face Gunther for the IC title at WrestleMania 40. No. Nah. So before we circle back to The Rock, because obviously we're going to close out the stream talking about The Rock, I want to you know, shed some light. Are JD gonna split? Judgment Day gonna split before face turn? Good question. I believe that Dominic Mysterio would be one of the last ones they'll get to turn face in that group. So how about that how about the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins? That cash-in surprise was awesome. The way Drew McIntyre handled it was believable. And I love how Drew McIntyre was so overly eager that he put Seth Rollins' foot on the rope. JD McDonough will fall off. JD McDonough is one I don't know how to explain it, but one catering day away from getting kicked. Drew has been killing it. You're right. Drew McIntyre, bro, he's been putting on some great promos. He's been putting on some great matches. He's gone under the radar this year. I always imagined the Judgment Day splitting by Dominic getting back together with his dad. That'll be a good redemption story, yeah. Maybe going to the LWO. That'll make them one of the best teams in the company, probably. Oh yeah, the server for 2K22 is going off. Yep. You imagine the Judgment Day betraying Dom? I mean, who's the first one to leave Judgment Day? To me, is Damian Priest. Can we talk about Jericho? Hold on. We'll do. Let's get through the Raw stuff. You're right. I don't think it should be legal. Less than 2 years and they're already shutting it down. That's just crazy. I know there's still people that play that game. I think in the end, Dom Mysterio will be a face after the Judgment Day. Same. You think Ty Dillinger signs with WWE? What would he do in WWE? What is there to do in WWE? I think in NXT he could do something. So Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, another great match. Great title defense. No, once they shut down the server, we won't be able to play online anymore. Where will Andrade go? Probably Mexico for a while. Of course NXT is WWE, but when I mean WWE, I'm talking about main roster. When I mean NXT, is NXT. He already said he's gonna do those dates first at CML. Did you guys enjoy the Nia Jax and Becky Lynch match to open up Raw? Exactly. They just released Rick Boogs. Why would they bring back Ty Dillinger? Exactly. NXT. That's why I said NXT. They could use him there, but Nia Jax's best match. It was really good. Bloodline story mode would be amazing if they did something special. I enjoyed both women matches. Yeah, they were good tonight. When The Rock joined the Nation, he was a big heel. During his time there, he was getting big reactions. Then he became a star. Yup. Oh, Trout. Trout is here? Trout is here? Oh my goodness. So we had some good women's wrestling tonight. Oh, how about this? I don't know if you guys realized Washington beat Texas. Holy snap. And I know Washington's pretty bad. What about MJF being off for 6 to 8 months? He was hurt. That's what it is. What does that mean for overall AEW product going forward? Do you think it'll improve or not? Adam Cole reveals baloney, bro. He's injured. There's nothing he could do right now. It was a stupid reveal. It was poorly executed. Credit to Nia Jax for actually taking all the hate to the chin and actually just showing up and playing her role. It's just unfortunate Awesome Kong isn't young enough anymore to take her position. Yo. I mean, I think Nia Jax did so great, and she's done great since she came back. I feel like she's more confident in herself, and I'm sure she's worked on her craft, which is what I've been saying all along. He's talking about college. Oh, I don't know about that shit. Do you think MJF could be potentially out of AEW? Not anytime soon. MJF is definitely re-signing. Exactly, Jay. Thank you. Jay said it. I was waiting for somebody to say it. If Adam Cole would have taken off the boot and the injury would have been fake, or at least he would have healed by now and he would have taken off the boot and revealed that he was good, that would have been amazing. That's what I expected. The fact he didn't take off the boot and he's still injured, it just feels stupid and rushed, and it feels like they had no backup angle for injuries that happen. AEW continues to suck. The entire wrestling business suffers. Look at how many talented wrestlers just wouldn't have any space to thrive in WWE right now. 100% agree. That's why I don't want AEW to fail. Adam Cole said on his stream earlier today that he can put a little bit of weight on his foot, but not that much. Oh my God, that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So you could tell he's injured. Do you guys not see the moment when they turned off the lights? How long it took? How long it took for him to sit on that chair? And the fact that he didn't do anything? Do I like the new AEW World Title design? I haven't seen it. So, we're kind of getting away from the Monday Night Raw post show, and I'm okay. I'm all for it. We could talk about all this extra stuff, but I don't know if you guys noticed the subtle changes to WWE, but I love the promos they showed today. The promos today for Monday Night Raw felt like pay-per-view level, even better. Like the video packages, I felt like I was almost watching like a movie. Even for the women tag team titles, they did the backstage segment like they were at a club or like at a party celebrating. So I really like that they brought like a different level of creativity and design. Yes, the graphics. I'm glad you noticed, dude. I was hoping that you guys noticed, because those are the details that I've always loved about WWE growing up. I love exactly the built-up segments. Exactly, Carter. That movie comparison is what you need. It makes you want to watch it more. Exactly. So, like, let me put, for example, like, I remember growing up, we would see so many, you know, montages and promos, especially the ones at pay-per-views. They were always amazing. And for Monday Night Raw, they'll do those recaps, and they always felt so special, you know, special theme songs, special, you know, editing. And I feel like they kind of went away from that for a little bit, and they still do it at pay-per-views mostly. But tonight on Raw, they added different layers of graphics, different layers of design and presentation. The presentation felt so much better. Exactly, that's what I just said. Yeah, the club segment was so good. And it's because the design and the direction so good. You cool if I talk about it on the side with Pierre? What do you mean, bro? What are you talking about? About the Jericho stuff? I mean, depending on the time for you, Jay. Jay, this is the best time to watch. It's Royal Rumble season, then it's WrestleMania season. This is the best time to watch it live. I don't think they'll get new sets for pay-per-views and TV. What they're doing right now is super cost effective. Happy New Year, Chris. 2K24 should be keep the graphics, camera options like NBA 2K, like 2K14, ring size of 2K14, backstage roaming. Those would be all amazing additions, Robert. Good set of items there. That's what I've been saying. Even though WWE moved away from Titantrons for a more modern presentation, the current LED setup needs work. Some of it is way too bland, 100% way too bland, and I hate that they don't do video packages anymore. So to put it short, because I want to hear what Lexx has to say, he got accused of sexual assault. Usually when I start watching it live, yeah, this is the best time to do it. I'm going to try to watch more AEW this year, give it another chance. I watch AEW from time to time. I watch the pay-per-view. I stick mostly to watching their pay-per-views, and I watch the highlights on TV for their shows, basically. At World's End, fans booed Jericho. No, they didn't. Not as much as you're making it seem. People were singing his song, bro. Who's playing AWA forever? Wow. I don't think they're going to do new stages because the LED panels, like I said, very cost effective, very easy to transport, I'm sure, and build. And it looks impressive when you're there in person. Mixed reaction, exactly, BJ. Rene Dupree said that? What do you mean? You talked to Rene Dupree on his stream or something? It's a rumor. You did a super chat and paid, and he replied? To be fair, Jericho should have kept his mouth shut. But what Jericho talked about had nothing to do with anything. Imagine if 2K24 added a story mode within my faction for certain cards. That would be awesome, Carter. If it did like a story where you take a path to unlock it. What's up, Anthony? Happy New Year, bro. Around Rumble weekend, we're getting the stuff for 2K24. I'm pretty sure, just like last time. And I am definitely going to be talking about it. So here's my take on the whole Jericho stuff for anyone that cares to talk about this dumb drama that takes away from the product. Let's address the Jericho situation once and for all. All right, as of this recording, it's January 1st, 2024, just after Monday Night Raw. Truth of the matter is this. We just don't have enough information to have a full understanding of the circumstances. There's he said, she said stuff out there. A lot of people are throwing dirt on Jericho now at this point in time. But from what I've read, there's still no concrete evidence. There's still no knowledge. Everything is all vague. It's just kind of all over the place. And fans are picking sides. People are getting toxic. And it's going nowhere real fast. It's not even being talked about from a legal standpoint at this point in time that we know of. There's no authorities involved. There's no lawyers or, there's no police investigation. There's just not much to go by here. So I don't like doing these headline stories and these clickbait article level videos because at the end of the day, we just don't know jack shit. And I don't understand how fans online go from loving Jericho to all of a sudden hearing about some bullshit allegation, which if it's real, it sucks. Obviously, as a fan, I'm gonna admit that if it's real, it's a tragedy. But right now, it's just an allegation, and we gotta treat it as such. And let me just put this into perspective real quick. Allegations are just that. Allegations. We don't know if he committed a crime. Now, the rumors swirling are that he made a pass on the female wrestler. The rumors are that she went to like a get together or into the locker of sort, or she entered a room where it was just like Jericho and that's about it pretty much. And he made a pass at her. And that she went to Tony Khan and that Tony Khan was trying to work out a deal and that Jericho was the only big name and that they were scared. Duet says, yep, I hear you, Lex. It's essentially the same problem as covering breaking news. You get nothing by trying to pick a side when literally no information is out. We should just wait. Exactly my thoughts. Exactly, Jay. Making a pass at someone means what exactly? And to who, right? To each individual. To me, making a pass on someone means that, like, he could have maybe whistled at her. He could have said, hey, I think you look cute. Or, hey, you know, let's hang out. Or hey, you know, you want to do something. I don't know. Making a pass is trying to let your feelings be heard or your intentions heard. And maybe, like, trying to hug or, like, something like that. Making a pass doesn't mean that you forced your way onto someone, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that you, like, grabbed someone and didn't let them go. And what makes this inappropriate, like Stunna just said, Jericho is married, and that is a tragic crime within his personal relationship at home. But from a legal standpoint, from a touching standpoint, from a position of abusing his power, this is not like a Harvey Weinstein scenario that we know of. And if you guys don't know who Harvey Weinstein is, there was concrete evidence about him forcing himself and blackballing people. So when a female says, oh, I'm traumatized by this, what does that mean exactly? That she is traumatized because someone she idolized and she knew was married tried to hook up with her? You get me? Like, all right, that is something that's very real and very understanding, and I do feel for her. But we need to understand the gravity of what making a pass means exactly. And if there's proof, at the end of the day, we need some proof. If it was a get together, I'm sure there were eyewitnesses. If there was other people nearby, they need to speak up, because I understand what you're saying, Carter. It seems like he did it to a lot of females. Wrestlers are like rock stars, and a lot of these females backstage are hooking up with a lot of these guys backstage, vice versa. Some of them are married, some of them aren't. And in this case, the crime here is at home within his personal relationship with his wife, his partner. But we just don't know what happened. And as long as it's January 1st or turning into January 2nd now, 2024, I'm going to tell you that at this point in time of this recording, I have no idea what the hell went on, and we just have no real evidence. In WWE, Renee said he was doing it with Kelly, Caitlyn, etc. So many people try hooking up with each other at these wrestling, shows and companies and things like that. That's how some of them end up married or dating and all that. For all we know, his wife lets him get with other women. The actual problem is because of his standing within the company. She could have believed her job security was on the line dealing with Jericho. Yes, okay, that is true. But again, we just don't know if there was an actual crime here committed. And it was all just, hey, I want to hook up with you. And the girl saying, ew, no. Because assuming that she went to go snitch and get, help from higher ups and Tony Khan, Jericho, if he kept that behavior up, he would have probably already been fired, because look at the roster that AEW has right now. He would have been fired with cause. If he's pressing up on her and stuff like that, definitely the wrong move. Exactly. If he's doing that, he's a nasty, dirty old man and deserves to be punished for his crimes. Dua says, completely agree, Lex. Plus, she hasn't even come out and said anything. The only people who made a statement on this are people who weren't there. Exactly. Stunna said, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I just don't know where this is headed. And once we find out, I'll comment on it again. But Ace, this one is dedicated to you because you wanted my opinion on it. That's how I feel. At the end of the day, Jericho could have utilized his fame and fortune and tried making passes on several women. But if he didn't force himself, then it is what it is. I agree, Duet. Duet says that Tony Khan should investigate this. I agree. So guys, hit me up in the comments section. Do you think the Ocho, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, is capable of doing such a crime? What up, Marco Mania? He was really trying to break those walls down. I mean, he's a sex god, probably. You guys want to give your ratings for day one? Testing out YouTube TV. How is it so far? If he did, he might have followed Vince's playbook. Yeah, he could have been following Vince's playbook, who used his power for sure. What have I become? Judas in my mind. You're right, he is telling us. I only mentioned Dupree because he's a wrestler and worked with Jericho, but like I said, innocent until proven guilty, for sure. Kyron says 10, Byron says 8. Vince's playbook is insane. Look, guys. Listen. Edge got with Lita because Lita cheated on Matt Hardy. How do you think that happened? Lita got with CM Punk. CM Punk got with AJ. Beth Phoenix got with Edge. Batista dated several divas. I think even had a relationship with Melina, who was with John Morrison. I'm reading. Raw guys here. I would been shooting my shot too. That's the thing. A lot of people online are not being realistic with the scenario and the circumstances that are at hand. These guys are constantly going after the women as much as the women are going after the men. It's the nature of the bit. They live on the road. They get sexually deprived. They don't want to go, do strangers or whatever. So they end up doing each other because they're all friends and all that, and they're obviously sexually attracted. Come on, not to really get into detail, but look at the whole scenario with Paige, Brad Maddox, and Xavier Woods. How do you think that turned out? How does that conversation even happen? I wouldn't do it if I had a wife. I understand you're there with the younger women every day, but I don't know. I wouldn't know because that's not me. What up, Tristan? Happy New Year. And Edge wasn't married when he got with Lita. No, I know. There's a lot of. I'm not saying that all these instances and unions that have happened are through negative circumstances. All I'm trying to point out is that people make passes on other people all the time, especially in WWE. That's how people have cheated. And guys, let me just, I hate to mention it in this light. And forgive me, but I'm bringing up this point because it happened. But I remember there were even rumors that Bray Wyatt had cheated on his wife, his ex-wife, with JoJo, and he ended up with JoJo. Same thing that I heard about Corey Graves, who had cheated on his wife with Carmella. I'm not defending criminal behavior. I'm saying that cheating, hooking up, making passes on one another happens all the time. Well, that's true about everyone in the world. Everyone procreates with those around them, whether it's those in their communities, tax bracket, or field of work. Exactly, Duet. I'm not trying to bring up sour points and experiences because that's how these people ended up finding love and finding their next relationship, so to speak. Look at Bill Clinton. It happens everywhere. Exactly. Are you defending criminal? You not even listening? Exactly. He's not listening at all. I can't believe he even asked me that. Let the justice system do its work if Kylie decides to bring it up. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, bro, the point I'm trying to make here is pretty simple, guys. I'm just giving you different circumstances. I brought up, our beloved Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. I brought up Corey Graves, who's another, great announcer, great performer and all that. We love him as a commentator. I brought up Matt Hardy with Lita. I brought up so many different variables and instances. There's even a rumor that Vince McMahon didn't like John Morrison because he allowed for Batista to sleep with his wife. Like not that he allowed, but he kind of put up with Batista having his girl cheat. Not his wife, sorry, but his girl cheated on him. Some bullshit like that I had read somewhere with Brian, and we talk about it all the time, and it's kind of hard to believe. But point is, making passes on each other is something that constantly happens. It's true, except it was an entire locker room. Okay, look at that. You see what I'm saying? So they ran like a train on her, basically. People don't look at it realistically. No, exactly. That's my point. And I'm trying to just use logic into the conversation because it's not surprised if this is true. Jericho comes off as a D-bag. But what do you mean he comes off as a D-bag? Bro, you can't even say that, straight edge, when I just brought up that Bray Wyatt cheated on his wife with JoJo and he had kids with her. He cheated on the mother of his children with the lady he ended up with. I'm not defending, I'm not bashing, I'm not trying to say that these cheating on your partner or any of these passes or whatever, that it's all, I'm just saying that this is something common in the wrestling business. These people live like rock stars. These people end up doing that. I mean, the entire line chewed out Morrison in Wrestler's Court for letting Batista go with Melina. Not the entire line around. Oh, okay. You confused me on that one. Bro, look, let me put this in simple terms. These guys are like gods walking on water to so many people. Especially a guy like Chris Jericho, who is like trying to live that rock star life. If look at it from both sides, Kylie Ray was at All Out with Jericho, was there and won the AEW title. Reports say she left after she had her match, but again, with her story. So I'm trying to see both sides. What are you saying? It's okay to be a predator? No, I'm saying these characters that we see on screen, when they're done working on television, behave like sexual predators to a degree backstage because they're into each other. They have that sex drive because they're into each other and they make passes on each other, men or women, it doesn't matter. Don't be a fool for happier too. Same people chewing out Jericho right now don't know half of the skeletons in the closet of their favorite wrestlers, for sure. Jericho thinks he could do whatever he wants. It's not Jericho. A lot of people in a lot of places like him in his position carry themselves like that. It's not okay to whoever cares about that situation. But for me, I read into this and it's just another common example of how wrestlers hook up with wrestlers. Sammy Guevara, who just had a baby and is now married to Ty Mello, I think that's her name, right? He cheated on his high school sweetheart, who he had gotten engaged with at an AEW event. Guys, did we all forget that Triple H was with China before cheating and getting with Stephanie? There's a reason why him talking about her will forever be awkward. Exactly. I'm also hearing the same thing with Don Callis and Impact, with him pulling his you-know-what out backstage, but that's another story. Jericho wants to be Flair so bad. I don't know how you would take that from anything. I don't get it. 35th birthday in 17 days. 17 days, you're almost there. Big 35. How would you book Rock versus Roman? Well, I already said it earlier, but I would definitely have The Rock cost Roman his title in some capacity. You know what happened in Chris Jericho's hotel room? But that's exactly why I said what I said. Have you been paying attention? Cheating is not the same as attempted sexual assault. Well, they said making a pass on someone. Dude, you're trying to justify two wrongs. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm not justifying either way. I'm saying that none of these people are saints and they all do these things all the time. There's no justification for cheating. There's no justification for sexual assault. There's no justification for making a pass. There's no justification for any of that shit depending on the circumstances that you're in. We're not in those circumstances. We don't know what happened. We don't know why these people do what they do. But they're the ones that are living that life. They're the ones that are on the road for the sake of our entertainment. And it is what it is. If Chris Jericho didn't commit a crime, then there's nothing wrong with what he did. That's it. Simple. Point blank. Hey, man. Look, like I said, I'll let it rest. I just wanted to bring it up because Hausman made the Epstein comparison, which is ridiculous. Epstein is such... Harvey Weinstein. Not... You said Epstein. Harvey Weinstein is such an exaggerated comparison. The world is definitely not perfect. Exactly. And I'm not trying to justify Jericho. I'm just saying this is another day at the office. You guys need to get that in your head. It's just another day at the office. Lex, the fans should be focused on wrestling product and not their personal lives, for sure. No, you're just a blind wrestling fan who can't accept your heroes becoming predators? Says who? I'm not even a Jericho super fan. No, you're just not listening to what I'm saying. Nobody knows what happens, and until Kylie Ray pursues an investigation that we can have a conversation. Until then, I'll let it rest. All right, bro. You guys want to talk about this bullshit? How about this? I'm going to put up the perfect example so you guys could go kick rocks with this one if you don't think that what I'm saying has any merit or logic. How about Enzo Amore, who lost his job at World Wrestling Entertainment because he was allegedly involved in a case where the female said that he drugged her, that she was drugged by him, and that he forced himself onto her, and that he tried doing things to her. Those were real allegations. It costed this man his job. And guess what? He ended up defending himself in court. He ended up having witnesses, and guess what happened? He ended up being found not guilty. They found out that the girl was lying and that she had a bad history of trying to do this to other men. Guess where Enzo is at? In the Indies, without a contract, without wrestling in WWE anymore, without getting rehired in WWE. That's what happens with these allegations. He hasn't been listening since he got here? No, I can tell. Tristan, the irony here is that you don't know any more about the situation than us, but you're so insistent on him being a sex pest, not a predator. Kylie isn't a child. I remember with Enzo that was frustrating situation. Enzo did rap about it, so he'll come off as bad. Who cares? Who cares? That's the thing. Reporting on social media made wrestling toxic. Enzo works with MLW, which is still basically being irrelevant, which is a damn shame because he was getting over, for sure. Yeah, they jumped the gun. Yeah, I agree with on Enzo. What happened to him was messed up. WWE should give him a second chance. Exactly. So if you're going to judge someone on allegations, that's what you're going to get yourself into. If Jericho gets caught, then by all means, what I'm saying doesn't relate, and he's an asswipe. But allegations are just what they are. Allegations and rumors. It's not the reality of nothing. We don't know shit right now at this point in time. WWE did not do the right thing. On the contrary, the right thing would be to sit back and wait for the situation to play out and see what happens. WWE didn't do the right thing. Does Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, wait, she heading to AEW? No. Thing is, WWE has no obligation to protect him, but I wish they would have communicated to him that they'll have his back if he's not guilty. That's all I'm saying, Duet. That's all I'm saying. For sure, I agree. They should have at least said, hey, look, if you clear your name and everything is good, we got your back. They don't have to protect him. Can't risk it if you're a public company. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Risk what? He's already been proven not guilty. What are you talking about? What are you talking about risk anything? Look up the allegations that they put on Gable Steveson. Look up the Olympic medalist Gabe Steveson. I bet you guys didn't know all the allegations he's had. You always believed Vince McMahon was innocent? That's because you were a fan and you were blind for real. Is it real Mercedes is going to AEW? No, not at this time. Plenty of wrestlers have gotten allegations in WWE that hadn't immediately fired. Exactly. Awesome theory. Nash Carter. Oh yeah, I remember Nash Carter. What happened with him? Enzo sucked in the ring. He didn't suck in the ring. He wasn't as crafty as these other guys, but he was alright. But his mic skills was way better than a lot of the other guys on the roster. Mercedes should go to WWE. She probably will. Guys, we're 4 likes away from 30, man. Drop a like for your boy. Plenty of people, favorite wrestlers, have done some wild stuff. People just worship them. Exactly, Jay. How can you say I am blind for defending Vince McMahon, but you're blind for defending Chris Jericho? That's the thing, that I'm not defending Chris Jericho. Yo, can someone please explain to Tristan I'm not defending Chris Jericho? Enzo and Cass were... yeah. Yeah. People forget Austin Theory and JD almost got blackballed, but Triple H re-signed them. Only thing that stopped them from being on top of the world as tag champs was the greatest return of all time, the Hardy Boys. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes all you can say is yup. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm not trying to justify that behavior. We've been talking about this for 30 minutes. How can you still come to a conclusion that we're defending Jericho? Thank you. So yeah, let me go back up and read some of the scores, because I do want to talk about Raw, this is a Raw post show, not a Jericho allegation show. So I saw some of your guys' ratings. Carter said solid 9. Troisky said 9.5. Stunna said 9. Byron said 8. Kyron said 10. Sin said 10. Marco said 10, yep. Strader said 7. Raw's a 10 for me, VJ says. I told you, Ace, that's why I didn't really want to talk about it. I thought Monday Night Raw tonight was probably a 9 for sure. I thought it was a 9. Good wrestling, really good promos, nice graphics. I felt the difference in the layers of building up the matches. I like the outcomes for the most part. The Rock coming back to having a little fun promo, and then you carry that into the little Easter egg of the Tribal Chief. I think that was just excellent. Tristan said 7.5. Eric said 9. Ace said an 8. The fact that day one felt almost like a freaking pay-per-view, if I'm honest. And then you throw the Rock into that mix. I mean, shit. From when it came out, it would have been a 10. Love the new presentation. I really hope WWE continues to up their production value. Don't watch all of Raw though. Yeah, I really loved the presentation tonight. That's what Charles was talking about here earlier, straight edge, but I had no idea what the hell that was. I mean, what it meant. So we talked about that. All right, MJF, you keep bringing him up, Ace. I mean, he's injured. He's going to be out for a while. He needs to rehab. AEW, Awesome Truth was an awesome reunion. Yeah, R-Truth has been killing it since he's returned. They've been using him better than ever. He's been in some good matches. It's been dope. Can we get some more hype theme songs as well for the weekly shows? I would love that duet. Yeah, I would love for them to have different hype theme songs. Yep. MJF and Mercedes, let's talk about that. What do you want to talk about? Round Robin? What's Round Robin? R-Truth is literally all over social media every Monday. Fans love him. Yep. Well, fans have always loved him. Not just right now, but yeah, fans are going off voicing it. We missed him. Ain't gonna lie, I seriously thought The Rock was gonna enter the Royal Rumble match. That's what I thought too. The fact people defend Mercedes for his selfishness and being an egomaniac is insane. Ace MJF is most likely signed with AEW, and most likely Sasha is signing with AEW. I thought Sasha might go to WWE. What up, Marcos? Hey Lex, we still good? Obviously, man. I don't have no issues with you. Alright guys, I do have a couple notes that I want to go over here. Quick review. I know that it happened on Saturday. I put it I know it's the Raw post show, but you know we're gonna continue talking about the story. But I want to upload the video for tomorrow, so I want to talk about it real quick here with y'all and share my quick thoughts. Here we go. AEW World's End was the last pay-per-view of the year for AEW. It was a pretty good show. It was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I thought that the wrestling was a standout. They delivered on that end, which they typically do, if I'm honest. My problem with them is not that they have a problem with their wrestling or their roster, because let's face it, their roster is stacked and loaded with top tier talent. That's not the issue that I have with them. But some of the finishes were so questionable. There's a couple things that I wanted to share. Edge versus Christian was so freaking good, but the ending there, where Luchasaurus was now Killswitch, brings in the Money in the Bank contract. I'm calling it that for just what it is, because it's copying it. And Christian asking for that contract after losing to Edge. I know that they're building up that whole exchange for the future, but I thought it was just dumb and irrelevant, especially after the battle royale that they did. So Christian getting the belt back, I thought was dumb how it was executed. The match was really good though. It did have that botch with the table and the fire, and then throwing Wayne through the table too fast, and I thought that was a massive disaster, but the match was good. Then they had that big, tag match with Sting, and I thought Sting did well. Everyone did good overall, some good spots, but it just felt like another filler tag match. And that's my issue with AEW. A lot of filler stuff, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit this time around, because the build for the pay-per-view was solid, and they had storylines going into it and out of it as well for the future. I just feel that with all the injuries they have suffered in recent months, it is so unfortunate, and I feel bad for them, because it's guys like Bryan Danielson, and Adam Cole, MJF, the list goes on and on and on. But the way that Samoa Joe got his moment winning the AEW belt in the fashion that he did was sad, because I feel like it wasn't what I thought it would end up being. And it just felt very rushed. The ending did. So looking back at Joe winning the belt, like, I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that AEW is trusting him with that belt, but I kind of don't like the way it was executed. And that's mainly because MJF is injured. And then Adam Cole is injured. And then on top of that, you know, you have Keith Lee not cleared for wrestling. And ultimately, what? We're definitely going to be getting Jurassic Express versus Christian Cage, and yeah, that's happening later, Byron. No one's denying that. Like, yeah, that's what they're building towards with Kill Switch is his name now, by the way. But you could just tell with Keith Lee not being cleared and them adding Goldust in that random match, filler match for the show, they just don't really have good backup plans in case injuries happen. Like, their adjustments are not good at all, in my opinion. Like, Joe was such an anticlimactic experience. You know, there's room for more there, man. What are we talking about? Swerve is on fire. I know the fans wanted to see Swerve Strickland, but we could have had Swerve Strickland do some backstage segment, beating up on some people. I don't know. Yeah, Goldust stepped up, Dustin stepped up, but it's not about them stepping up. It's about doing things right with the injury stuff. I don't know. It just feels very wrong when you just keep these things for, like, the Kenny Omega stuff. You know, they just didn't fill out the show based on the unfortunate events. And Adam Cole being revealed as the devil, like, we assumed that for a while, but what threw us off was that he was actually still wearing the boot. He actually couldn't stand. And the weather conditions, and you got to prepare yourself, because let's say you look at the weather report, right? You see the weather conditions, which is what I was trying to set up now. If it's raining, you got to wear a raincoat. If it's snowing, you got to you got to deal with the snow. So it's not always predictable, but you try to prepare the best way you can. And I feel like the way that they prepared, if anything, the only reveal at World's End should have been Wardlow. Exactly, do it. The fact that exactly reveal the crew little by little. Wardlow was a nice surprise, even though someone had found out online because they posted a picture and it was the same boot that the guy with the mask was wearing as Wardlow. They should have, been a little sneakier with that. But my point being is that there was just no adjustments made with the injuries, because they happened and they're just like, whatever, let's keep doing it. Let's go through with it. MJF has to get surgery, and at least Adam Cole could sit around. It's tough, man, because I don't want to bash him. I don't want to trash him. I want to see him do well, and the pay-per-view was fun to watch, but it breaks my heart to see that it ends up falling apart, not just through injuries, but just poor planning or coordination, because you gotta kind of be ready to flip the switch. It's just my opinion, at least. I don't know. Maybe someone out there is like extremely happy with it and had a great time. But Cookie, what do you mean? Like cookie cutter? They just could have approached it differently, and I would have appreciated it better. The thing is, with MJF's storyline, I know he has a lot of input, so any missteps are sure to be corrected. Bro talks with people like Cornette every day. It's the rest of the card I'm worried about. True. They shouldn't have done the devil angle at all. Simple as that. And that's what Tony Khan himself said. He's not doing hokey storylines anymore. Not to Ace saying he knew it already. Oh. So I enjoyed World's End for what it was. World's End was a decent show, but it had a lot of dynamite features. Now, I saved the best for last in this conversation. A match that I really wanted to talk about. I know Andrade and Miro happened. Miro won, and Andrade leaving overshadowed that. Jericho's issues overshadowed the hype for the show. What up, Els? John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston was hard-hitting, phenomenal pro wrestling. They didn't have any blades, they didn't get cut, they didn't have any weapons. It was just straight up pro wrestling. And I absolutely loved that match. And that was like the perfect match from beginning to end, in my opinion. And when you look at the quality that they put into that match, I'm like, bro, they could have done this battle, storyline with other characters as well. It just, they're so stuck. We'll see how they learn from these things. But the pacing and the filler tag matches, and they gotta stop all that. They gotta stop all that, bro. You know how many singles matches Aleister Black has had since being in AEW, bro? Very little. Embarrassing. So World's End was enjoyable. Fell apart because of injuries. Fell apart because of terrible, terrible, terrible management. And at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Swerve. I don't see the issue AEW is in WWE. But that's the direction Khan wants to go this year. I don't want AEW to go the WWE route. I don't want them to be like WWE. Rikishi tweeted at The Rock saying, "Have a seat now. What's the problem?" Oh, shit. Just reading some stuff on here on Twitter. Cody Rhodes might as well go for Gunther. Nah. Sorry, not sorry. Guys, we have an epic season of Royal Rumble madness happening. I want you guys to know that we are going to be doing... yeah, they got to do the entire family this year. No excuses. I agree. Do it. We are going to be doing some classic Royal Rumble watch parties, meaning like probably like one of these weekends, like on a Saturday or Sunday. I'll schedule for us to watch, like let's say Royal Rumble 98, and we'll watch the Royal Rumble, and we'll commentate over that. So we got that happening this month. That's Royal Rumble season. We have, more WWE 2K23 gameplay and some of the older titles as well. We're going to continue to celebrate CM Punk being back in WWE, of course. What else? I'm gonna do a rundown of some of the stuff that I want to say. And then we got the 2K24 content where I'm gonna be reacting, covering the news, and trying to, you know, give you guys my 2 cents every single time, breaking it down. So WWE 2K24 coming soon is gonna be great. And then after that, we're gonna be on the road to WrestleMania, which I'm looking forward to. So AEW's or WWE games out? No. Criminal record, which is especially tough since if he signs with WWE, he can't display any extensive history of employment. Samoa Joe said that when? Let me Google that. Let me just Google it. Hold on. Oh shit, no, he's not lying. 4 hours ago, 2 days ago. Game coming out in January. AEW held his pay-per-view. Joe finally took the belt.
You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new
Says
shades.
the 2024 game is an idle game from Eastside Game Studios, which has released similar games for Doctor Who, The Office, as always. Oh, but yeah, it's
Easy way to care for your home.
It's nothing crazy, guys. How do you feel about Tony Khan's sponsorship with WB Games? Do you think they'll be joining the team to help with AEW Fight Forever? Not as long as they're working with THQ right now. Guys, if we have any new viewers watching right now and you guys love wrestling, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out on another stream or video. We're going to be doing watch parties for Raw and SmackDown throughout the road to WrestleMania and this entire month for Royal Rumble. We're going to be doing post shows and reviews and breakdowns. We're going to be uploading the segments in case you guys didn't watch it in real time. You guys can always go back video on demand. I will upload them separately the following day. And of course, you can watch the full stream as well. And we're going to be doing gaming with wrestling games on here as we usually do. So tons of wrestling content, tons of conversations. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord community, what are you waiting for? One of the best communities out there. I promise you, we have people in there around the clock, always having a good conversation. Well, for the most part, Aces, sometimes they're trying to stir the pot, but for the most part, we have some good conversations and some really cool people. So just wanted to encourage you guys. On that note, man, I was going to do a wrestling hour and I'm pushing almost 2 hours. We're going to be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to continue talking about Raw in a much deeper, in-depth conversation. We're going to be talking more about the drama within AEW. I kind of feel bad for talking, negative about the AEW show a little bit. But, hell yeah, let them know, Els. Let them know. I feel bad talking about bad about AEW Fight Forever, but I mean, not AEW Fight Forever, but just AEW World's End. I enjoyed the pay-per-view, but man, they just didn't recover from the injuries. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit with all the people that they have on the roster, man. With all the people they have on the roster. My 2 dream factions are Carrying Cross. Oh yeah, we don't know what that's gonna be like. Potential is there, definitely. They're getting too money hungry to fight forever. They sure as hell are. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed this Monday Night Raw post show. I gave Monday Night Raw a 9 out of 10. Yeah, we had a lot of viewers. We had some good viewers, and a lot of people stuck around. The thing is that we get good amount of viewers, but people don't stick around. Like, a lot of people tune in and tune out, tune in and tune out. So wrestling hour almost got into 2 hours long. I'm exhausted. I had such a crazy long day. I almost didn't pull the stream out. I was here on a thread, but we were able to record some good segments. We were able to have some good conversations, and we're gonna keep on rolling into tomorrow and the rest of 2024. I'm glad I streamed January 1st right there near the right in the nick of time, man. I didn't want to miss out on streaming today. So I'm going to stream as much as I can. I'm going to bring you guys as much wrestling as I possibly can. And, you know, I'm going to bring Royal Rumble coverage and on all that stuff. We're going to be hyped on here. I hope you guys join me for the journey every single day that I'm live and uploading videos. Dropping a like helps. Commenting helps. You guys are amazing. Happy New Year. I wish y'all good health. I wish y'all all the success that you guys are hoping for. You know, if you guys have goals that you want to achieve and that you're striving for, just make sure you keep it 100. Don't lie to yourself. Keep them realistic. Make sure that you guys, you know, don't give up on whatever your dream is. The calendar changes, but you know, the motivation needs to remain the same, or not remain the same, should I say, but needs to stay engaged. And try to, you know, jump on the hype, even if it's corny, even if it's a Hallmark, you know, baloney hype. Try to use it to your advantage. Exactly. This is your year, everyone. Never give up. Exactly. Like John Cena says, never give up, never back down. I'm hoping this year, just to share one of my goals, I'm hoping this year we could cross 20,000 subscribers and beyond. I'm really hoping that with 2K24 season, we get a lot of viewers like we get every, you know, WWE wrestling game season. And I hope with the Royal Rumble specials we're going to be doing, the post-show reviews, the watch parties, I hope with all those things we accomplish growth in this community and get so many more, you know, awesome viewers to stick around. What's your goal for this year? Well, I just said it. I don't know if you heard me, but over 20,000 subscribers and beyond. We need to get it moving. We need to get the ball rolling. Last year I got hit with 2 copyright strikes. I almost lost this dream of mine that I've worked so hard for so long. And we were able to weather the storm. We're still standing here, holding down the fort, moving forward with as much content as we possibly freaking can. I'm excited for the Rumble. I'm excited for 2K24 and everything in store for us. So with that being said, 9 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. The Rock with the subtle drop of the head of the table cheese. Rikishi already tweeted. Roman Reigns tweeted. All eyes are on The Rock. Insane. But we finally got our moment. Let's see where it leads to. Good night, and we'll be back. See ya.
Fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget.